It's time to solve the age-old question, should we offer remote work or not? I dove into the research and this is what we found. 56% of working Americans believe that working in the office would actually improve their happiness and resilience at work. Working in the office. While you might say, Michelle, that's barely over half. The research also showed that employees who work in the office are actually happier than those who work remotely. Now, don't get me wrong. The research also showed that people valued being able to choose their own working environments, whether that is remote work, hybrid, or working full-time in the office. However, we also found some things that the research can't show, even though we know it to be true. Employees are more likely to give each other patience and grace when they know each other and know what's going on in each other's lives. If they have the opportunities to talk and to connect, they are more likely to be able to be patient if there's a hiccup or contention around a project. What you can do is be intentional about team time. You likely have a remote or hybrid team right now, especially if you started hiring in other places outside of where your home office has been over the last 4 years. What you can do is decide to bring people together as much as possible, both virtually and in person. 65% of respondents said that they welcome more team building activities and live events. They want to connect with their team members and they want to have opportunities to get to know them. Now, if you don't have the budget to be able to bring them in for live events, figure out how you can have virtual connection time. When 2020 hit, my husband was a manager of a remote sales team. He always had a remote team, but he created a time for them to connect regularly where they got together on Zoom without him. It gave them an opportunity to just ask questions, to feel like they weren't on display. Their manager wasn't checking in on what they were talking about, but it was just water cooler time where they could have a chat and talk and connect. Other times, he was intentional about bringing them together to have conversations, to talk about activities, to do different things, and would often find ways to make it fun, whether he gave them a budget to bring in lunch or they had games that they were able to do virtually. One of my favorite things about my friend Sydney Jakes is that anytime she has a meeting, both virtually or in person, she has what's called the connection question. Before they talk about the agenda or the orders of the day, she goes around the room and asks everyone to answer a simple question, whether it's what's your favorite beverage or what's your favorite holiday tradition or what's your favorite Christmas memory or what's your favorite summer vacation that you've ever been on or where would you like to go next? The connection questions are endless, but they work to help bridge the gaps and help people find ways that they can connect with each other and find common ground. You'll often hear people in the course of those meetings say, oh, me too. And then they find ways to deepen their relationship outside of just work conversations. Whatever it is, what the results are showing us is that as managers, leaders, and as business owners, you have to be intentional about how you create opportunities for your team to connect. More than half said that they would like to read more books and listen to more podcasts on happiness and resilience. You can create learning clubs where people who are interested could come and discuss what they're learning about. You can find books that will also provide the training necessary from the other conversations that we've been having about retention, productivity, innovation, and being good team players. And as you help your employees understand and improve their happiness and resilience, we know that those things will increase. So you actually are getting a double benefit, ways for them to connect and also ways for them to learn. You can also make it a point either quarterly or annually to get together in person so that people can see the whites of each other's eyes and to connect on a more one-on-one basis. Regardless, what we know for sure is that this conversation is not over. I wish we could answer once and for all about what to do with remote environments, or is it the time to bring everyone internally? Even if we know that people value being able to choose their own environments and that their happiness level actually is determined based off whether or not they have connection is key. Connection is the key to building a strong and valuable team. Connection is the key to great communication. And connection is the key to have a team that is both happy and resilient and able to work together. Whether you have a team of 2 or a team of 2,000 or more, find ways to increase the conversation and make it a matter of business priority to discuss ways that you connect remote and hybrid environments and employees for greater productivity and greater culture and enjoyment. Again, we have additional resources that are available for you in the show notes, and I invite you to get the research. There are 2 volumes available, one on happiness in general and one on the effects of happiness and leadership in the workplace. I encourage you to dive into that data and see what kind of conversations you can have around the boardroom table that will improve your own individual organizational cultures. Until then, we'll see you next week.